Hey guys, so I'm going to be showing you how to make homemade mask bases out of cardboard. See, it's just made out of cardboard. I made it out of cardboard. Cardboard exists, and that's what we're going to be using to make this. So I have like a magnet inside of the snout so you can put like a tongue in it or something like a bone, and then I have mesh for the eyes, and then I have these like piercings I got from Walmart. I just shoved in the ears, and I just used fur from the Hobby Lobby, the only one that exists, totally, and painted it black with alcohol markers, and then I'd put more piercings like here and there and on the forehead. Come here. And that's basically it on how I made this, and I'm going to show you how. Ignore the paint on my hands, please. So first, you're going to cut this shape out of cardboard. It's just like an oval thing. And you're going to like curve it a bunch. It's hard to do this one-handed. The easiest way to make the eyes is to cut like a strip of cardboard, then fold it in half and draw the design you want for the eyes, then cut it out, then unfold it and then align it with your mask base, and then trace the eyes, then cut the eyes out. After you cut the eyes out, you can either keep the piece of cardboard you drew the shapes on for the eyes for like a later mask, or you can just chuck it in the garbage. So you can fit your nose in it, so you can actually wear it properly. You're going to cut out this shape kinda. You want it pretty close to your eyes, so your actual eyes will line up with the eyes of your mask. You're going to cut like a triangle with a rounded top. Draw a couple more triangles right here on either side, cut those out, and then do the same thing you did right here. Get off my mask, thank you. After you do that, it should look like this, where it's like really curved. You don't have to curve it more, but so it looks more like the bases you get off of like Amazon or Temu, anything like that, anywhere like that. So we move down to the floor so I can show you how to make like the nose of it, or the snout, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be making a cat mask today since all of my masks are like canines. So to do that, you're going to draw like this shape. You're going to draw a square shape up top, and then you're going to do like two round things, like little Among Us character legs. I don't play Among Us, but that's the only way I can explain this. That's actually kind of explains it. After you have it cut out, you're just gonna bend it a bunch. Like this. It's hard to do one-handed. So I actually had to recut it a little bit so it would fit my mask, and ignore that. Ignore the hot glue. You didn't see it. So you're going to bend it and then fold the two like half circle thingies together, then glue it in the middle here. So you can see it was glued right there. And then you can either fill this in with another piece of cardboard or clay, hot glue, whatever you want. I usually use either a piece of cardboard or hot glue, but I did use clay on one of my masks, so you can do whatever you want. I'm not your mom, and I'm not your freaking principal. I don't know. If you want to make a dog snout, you're going to draw like this shape, but make it a lot bigger. You're going to cut down the middle of it to however long you want the snout to be. Then you're going to cut this part so it's curved. And then you're gonna do the same thing, this part that you did with the cat snout. Just cut it and then fold it and glue it together. And now I'm going to show you how you're actually going to put it's the same way for both canine snouts and cat noses, how to put it on your mask. So I'm going to cut the pieces out for it and then show you how to glue it on, I guess. You're going to cut out 3 like rectangles is what you're going to do. You're going to take one of the rectangles and glue it onto the snout right here at the top. Then you're going to glue the other side of the rectangle onto the mask in between its eyes. So you're going to take another one of your triangles and you're going to glue it on the side of the snout right there. And then you're going to take it and you're going to glue it underneath right here on the mask. So it will keep the snout in place. It should look like this when you have it glued on. And you're going to do the exact same thing, but on this side. Okay? Got it? Once you do that, it should look like this. And look, our mask is coming together. Yippee! Fun times! Yes, I'm using a Pepsi box. Come at me, bro. Now, if your mask is like mine, you're gonna have gaps on the side that are ugly, and they're inconsiderate, and they're disrespectful to mankind. Now, to fix that, what you're going to do is you're gonna cut out a rectangle, like a bigger one than like these. For mine, I'm just going to cut out like a longer version of the little triangles, but sometimes you might have to, rectangles, sometimes you might have to make them wider too. So you're going to glue the rectangle on one side right here. Sorry, my leg's in frame. Sorry about that. Underneath of the first rectangle, you're going to put it underneath of your first rectangle. And you're going to put it where it covers up the gap so you won't be able to see it. And you're just going to glue it onto the snout. When you have it glued on, it should look like this. If you have like a jagged edge right here, you can just cut that off and shape it to how it fits your mask. So you don't have just a random pointy edge right here. And you're going to basically do the exact same thing on the other side. You can rewind this video if you need to like see how to do it again if you need. So I did it for the other side. I actually had to go over my first triangle on this one so that it would look good. And luckily on this one I didn't have to cut anything really on the edge. So far, this is what we have. Look at. Now for your ears, you're just going to draw the shape of your ears that you want. After you cut the ears out, or one of your ears anyway, you're going to want to check if it fits your mask. I had to trim the bottom a lot, so it did fit it. And now you're just going to flip it over and retrace it somewhere. You're going to cut it out, then make sure it fits the other side of your mask, but do not glue it on yet. You're going to glue your ears on after you felt them. The reason why you're going to do that is because it's easier to do. It's just easier to do. The easiest way and the simplest way to do something is the way to do it. So you're just going to cut both your ears out, then felt them before you put them on the mask, after you felt the mask. Now, the fun part, I hate this part. We're going to smooth out the mask on these rigid parts here. To smooth your mask out, you're going to put hot glue on the edge of all the like harsh edges. I went ahead and cut the eyes out too from where we put the snout. And after the hot glue dries, you're going to take your hot glue gun with the hot metal tip and you're just going to smooth the hot glue with the edge, or not the edge, but the tip of the hot glue gun. This does take a while. This is a pretty time-consuming process, and it takes a lot, and I mean a lot, of hot glue. So I recommend you do this on an evening where you have a lot of hot glue and a lot of time. So I have all the edges hot glued. You're gonna have to be patient with this, and you're gonna have to look over your entire mask after you've hot glued it to make sure you do have all the edges done. So I have that part smoothed out. It will look kind of crusty, but it's okay. I promise. It's gonna be okay. You can also use hot glue to fill in holes in your mask, like I used it to fill in the nose right here. I used it to fill in the hole right there by the eye, the ones on either side of the thing, rectangle holding the nose on. And this also does take a while. Be careful not to burn yourself. It's very easy to burn yourself while doing this, especially if you're like me and you don't follow the rule, never cut towards yourself. Make sure to never smooth the hot glue on your masks towards yourself. Please, it hurts when you burn yourself. It really does. By the way, you can also do this with clay if you want, because it takes a while to like dry. The hot glue does if you put a lot on it, like I did in like the holes. And then sometimes you have to do a double layer, and then it takes a while to smooth them out and stuff. So it will make your mask a little heavier if you use clay, but I did use clay on Onyx here. He is a little bit of a heavy boy, especially because of his ears, but he's still a really good mask, and he's really cute in my opinion. And he is a little wrinkly in some places, but he did turn out pretty smooth, the shape of him. So he's a little dusty. So I have all the hot glue smoothed out finally, which took me for freaking ever. And now what you're going to do is you can either, with the ears, you can either add an extra piece on the edge here so it looks like there's a flap, or you can just add fur on the edge, which is what I did for Onyx's ears, which is what I'm probably going to do. Now all you need to do is felt it. There's plenty of felting tutorials on YouTube and plenty of decoration tutorials on YouTube as well, so you can go look those up. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I hope that you'll be able to make a great mask with this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and remember, you're not the problem, they are.